Yeah, we take the view. We take the view in
In a nutshell.
in the challenge that it's best to provide more than one way for people to access your content. So we offer a streaming version of our content, which we generally do via YouTube, largely because we can get Google to pay for the bandwidth. We offer 3 versions of a downloadable version of the video, so an HD version, an SD version, and an iPhone version. Really, they're all MPEG files, they're all MP4 files, those downloadable versions. And the only real difference between them is the pixel ratio of the product. So our standard HD is a 1280 by 720 HD video, which is known as a 720p video. If you want to have an HD button on YouTube for your content, you must upload a minimum of 720p as your HD upload. If you upload less than that, YouTube does not give you an HD option on your channel. Our SD version is 960 by 540 and the iPhone version is 480 by 272. Now the only other thing that we change between those various versions is the video bitrate. Now earlier in the day Ben talked about bitrate and indeed our HD product, I generally have it about 1000k per second. The SD version 500k per second and the iPhone version 250k per second. And that pretty much gives us, a pretty good version for each of those platforms. Now, in the past, we used Visual Hub to do all that conversion, and it performed absolutely magnificently. This year, we've decided to go to an online service called encoding.com, encoding.com. It's a paid service, but I think it's fairly inexpensive. There are 2 different sort of pricing platforms. You can either sign up for a monthly fee, and they've got various different plans, or you can pay, you can buy credit and pay at the rate of about $2 per gigabyte in terms of the conversion. And Encoding has a number of different ways of interfacing. So you can either have an API access to the service. They have an Air client, an Adobe Air client, which is it works okay. It's not the option I prefer to use. Well, they have a web interface, and they have what's known as a watch folder, and it's the watch folder service that we use. What the watch folder does, it allows you to set up an FTP location somewhere on one of your domains where you can upload a file into that location, and I'm generally uploading our HD version, our best quality version. And then encoding.com will recognise that file is there. It scans that location every 5 minutes. It does the various encodings, and we do those three encodings, and then uploads the file back to another location. And we're uploading it to an S3 location. Now, the thing that really benefits with encoding is their server farm is so powerful that it does the encodings way faster than you could ever do on your desktop platforms, even if you've got Mac Pros. And the other thing is their pipe, their online connection between the encoding service and S3 is a massive pipe. I don't know if any of you tried to upload to S3, but it's usually very slow from your desktop. I'm probably only getting 50, 60, 70k per second. With encoding.com, virtually as soon as the file is finished encoding, it's on S3. So I'm saving, for every video, I'm saving anywhere from an hour to 2 hours of time by using that service.
That's fantastic.
So if you need any scale, if you're doing lots of videos, you need lots of encoding, I highly recommend encoding.com.
Thanks for that. And I know the way that Rob went through that, some of them, when he was talking about bit rates and file sizes and all that type of stuff, it felt like these two were having a conversation between themselves that they could understand. But the good thing to know about encoding is they make it really, really simple, encoding.com. You go there and you don't have to worry about any of that. You select what file formats you want it to do and it does the rest. So it's a really good solution to get started and you don't have to get bogged down in all of the intricacies of what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and especially if you're doing, if you're not putting out a video every 5 minutes, like if it's, once a week or whatever, it sounds like it's very cost effective as well. Excuse me.
I'll try and summarise this to see if I've understood the best way then. So for videos that we want to put out as getting people back to our websites, it's YouTube, it's Vidler, Vimeo. For video content where it's our locked away educational content, our SEO method courses, then we would run those through encoding.com and have them, it automatically turns them into all the different formats we need. Can it also strip out the MP3s and just give the audio? No, okay, just a thought. Audio Hub will do that. Awesome. So that gives us a way of creating all the content ready, and then we would just go and put that
Upload
inside
it
of
to
our
Amazon S3.
automatically into S3.
Yep. And then you would use something like
Like
Easy
Easy
S3 to create
open
the
up,
player and embed it into your website.
If you want to stream them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
download link from your S3 location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
so when you separate question.
That's a question in regards to what happens when a video gets onto Amazon. All it is like an online FTP service. So
Yeah.
you can either access the file or you can repurpose that file and have it embedded into a player.
Yep.
Whatever you want to do, if you just imagine Amazon as like an FTP server that
Yep.
you get access to.
One quick question then. In encoding.com, I can say this is for streaming versus this is for download, because I know that the video, it puts the size at the start or the end to say it's for streaming.
Yeah, I generally always...
We might need to run that mic around, giving Pete the workout. Yeah. So after this comment, and then that'll be a good one to
Yeah.
chat after the break. But Rob will
When
finish.
when I export out of either ScreenFlow or iMovie, I'm always setting the optimize for streaming option on the MP4 option. Always do that. Then I push them into encoding to get the various versions. As I say, I put the best quality version up to YouTube, and we generally use, because we're offering free content, we're using that for streaming because we don't have to pay for the bandwidth. But because I've actually optimized for streaming anyway, if I had put it on Amazon, I have my own private player, it would still be optimized for streaming.
Thank you. Okie doke. So that's Visual Hub. So yeah, if you can get it, definitely use it. It's by far. I've tried lots of different types of encoding software, and I found Visual Hub's the best. It's the most consistent. Some of them, like I'm going to show you this one. Oh no. Well, we can talk about this one. iSky Soft